Welcome back to your favorite channel Coins, the home of coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters who know the true value hidden in the smallest pieces of metal. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American history, a coin that every collector dreams of finding, the 1974 Lincoln penny. Yes, that tiny 1-cent coin that might just be worth a fortune today. Stay with me till the end because you will be shocked to know how a simple penny can turn into a treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin became an instant favorite because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Over the years, the design changed slightly, but Lincoln's face remained, a symbol of freedom, unity, and the American spirit. By the time 1974 came around, the Lincoln penny was already a household item, but that year something very special happened, something that would create one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in existence. In 1974, the U.S. Mint decided to experiment with different metals because the cost of copper had gone up sharply. To save money, they started producing test coins made of aluminum instead of the usual copper alloy. These test coins were never meant to be circulated, but a few escaped the mint. Around 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck, but most were later melted down. Only a handful survived, and among those, one version from the Denver Mint, known as the 1974 Lincoln penny, became legendary. It's one of the rarest coins ever created by the U.S. Mint, and if you were to find one today, it could make you instantly rich. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1974 Lincoln penny so special. Normally, pennies from 1974 are common. You can find millions of them in circulation, made from a mix of copper and zinc. But the 1974 aluminum penny is different. It was made from lightweight aluminum and carries the Denver Mint mark D just below the date. It has a silvery appearance, and when you hold it in your hand, you can feel it's lighter than an ordinary penny. Because only a few of these aluminum pennies were ever struck, they are now considered some of the rarest coins in the world. There are stories from mint workers and collectors that one or two examples of this coin escaped into private hands. In fact, a retired U.S. Mint employee once claimed to have owned a 1974 aluminum penny and tried to return it to the government. When news broke, the entire coin community went wild. Experts speculated that if such a coin were to appear at auction, it could sell for a mind-blowing price, anywhere from $250,000 to over $2 million, depending on its condition and authenticity. Can you imagine finding such a coin in your old collection or inside a jar of pennies sitting in your drawer? But let's not forget about other 1974 pennies that can also be valuable. There are rare variations like the 1974 S-proof coins, and even some copper pennies that have minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or other mistakes that make them highly collectible. Even regular 1974 copper pennies in perfect mint state condition can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars from collectors who want the best examples for their sets. The grading of these coins plays a huge role in determining their value. Coins graded MS 65 or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC are the ones that bring top dollar in the market. As of today, the market for rare Lincoln pennies is booming. Collectors from all over the world are hunting for hidden treasures in old rolls, coin jars, and inherited collections. A single discovery can change your life. Just imagine, you go through your coins one evening and find a shiny 1974 aluminum penny that feels a bit lighter than usual. You send it for authentication, and then suddenly, you're holding one of the most valuable pennies in history. The excitement of coin collecting is real, and that's what makes this hobby so magical. Let's talk about the current coin market value. As of now, the 1974 aluminum penny is not officially listed for public sale because it's considered government property, but if one were ever allowed to sell at auction, experts believe it could easily cross $500,000 to $2 million. Even regular 1974 copper pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth $50 to $500, and those with unique errors can fetch $1,000 or more. Every coin has a story, and every coin can surprise you with its hidden worth. The key is knowledge and patience. Every coin collector knows that the true treasure lies in understanding what makes a coin rare: its metal composition, mint mark, errors, and history. So, if you have a 1974 penny, don't ignore it. Check it carefully. Look for the mint mark, examine its color and weight, and see if there are any unusual features. Who knows? You might be the lucky one who finds the next legendary coin. So friends, if you love discovering rare coins and learning about their fascinating history, make sure you subscribe to Coins, your trusted channel for everything related to coin collecting, buying, and selling. We bring you stories of rare finds, market updates, and expert tips that can help you identify coins worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars hiding in your pocket change. Hit that like button, share this video with other collectors, and comment below what rare coin you found or are looking for. Remember, the 1974 Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of metal, it's a piece of American history, a hidden treasure that proves that even a 1-cent coin can hold a story worth millions. Keep your eyes open, your collection growing, and your curiosity alive. Who knows? Your next coin discovery could be the one that makes history. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin tells a story, and every story might just make you rich. Stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover more rare Lincoln pennies and their hidden secrets. Until next time, happy collecting and may fortune shine upon your next coin hunt. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins in American history, the 1976 Lincoln penny. This tiny copper piece has caught the attention of collectors around the world. Some versions of this coin have been sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the hidden value and incredible history of the 1976 Lincoln penny. A quick look back before we talk about prices and market value, we need to step back in time. The Lincoln penny has been part of American life since 1909, first created to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the years, small changes in design, mint marks, and metal composition turned certain years into collectors' treasures, and 1976 is one of them. The year 1976 was a special year. It marked the United States bicentennial, 200 years of independence. While most of the attention that year went to quarters, half dollars, and dollars with special bicentennial designs, the Lincoln cent quietly continued production with its classic image. But some 1976 pennies were struck with unusual features, minting errors, and unique appearances that turned them into rare collectibles today. What makes the 1976 Lincoln penny special? At first glance, the 1976 penny looks like any other Lincoln cent. But the magic lies in the details. Some coins were struck on the wrong metal planchets, some had double dies, and others show minting errors like off-center strikes or missing letters. These little mistakes can turn a 1-cent coin into something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Composition and DSIG. And the 1976 Lincoln penny was made primarily from 95% copper and 5% zinc. It features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. But remember, even a small variation in the die, mint mark, or surface condition can make a massive difference in collector value. Mint marks. That matter. In 1976, pennies were produced at 3 main mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a small d, and San Francisco with an S. The S mint mark proofs were struck with special care for collectors. A clear, deep cameo 1976 S-proof penny in perfect condition can be worth between $50 and $200, sometimes more if it's graded PR 70. But the real excitement comes from the rare 1976 D and 1976 no mint mark error coins that can fetch astonishing prices. Rare errors and VRETES. Collectors hunt for 1976 Lincoln pennies with rare minting errors. A double die obverse, where Lincoln's face or the word Liberty appears doubled, can raise the price into the hundreds. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets can be worth anywhere from $50 to over $500. A 1976 penny struck on a dime planchet has sold for more than $1,000. Always check your pennies carefully, that small difference could change everything. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A heavily circulated penny might be worth only a few cents, but a coin in uncirculated or mint state condition, MS-65 or higher, can jump to hundreds of dollars. The shinier, cleaner, and more detailed the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC often authenticate and grade these coins, and a high-grade 1976 Lincoln cent can be worth well over $500 to $1,000 depending on demand. Market value today. Now let's talk numbers. As of today's coin market, a standard circulated 1976 penny is worth around its face value, just 1 cent. But rare error coins and high-grade examples are a completely different story. A 1976 D penny with sharp details and nowhere can fetch between $10 and $50. Special proof coins from the San Francisco Mint can go for $100 or more. And the ultra-rare double die or off-metal errors have reached values between $787 and $979, sometimes even higher in auctions. Auction records some 1976 pennies have achieved stunning prices at auctions. Collectors who discovered perfectly preserved or error-filled coins saw their small copper treasures sell for hundreds of dollars. For example, a 1976 D penny with strong double die features fetched over $800, while another rare proof coin in flawless condition reached nearly $1,000. Imagine finding one of those in your old coin jar. That's the magic of coin collecting. How to identify rare pennies? If you're checking your own collection, here's what to look for. Examine the date and mint mark under a magnifying glass. Look closely at the word Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date, 1976. Any sign of doubling, smudging, or unusual spacing can indicate an error coin. Also check the rim. Off-center strikes or clipped edges are clues that you may be holding a valuable piece. Storage and CRE. If you have a 1976 Lincoln penny that seems special, handle it carefully. Never clean it with chemicals or polish, as that reduces its value instantly. Store it in a coin holder or protective sleeve. If it looks rare, get it professionally graded. Even a small difference in shine or surface detail can be the difference between a few cents and hundreds of dollars. Historical CONCTON. Beyond its price, the 1976 penny represents more than just copper and zinc. It's a link to American history, struck during the nation's bicentennial year, a time of pride, change, and celebration. Every penny from that era carries a story of the people who used it, the mints that produced it, and the collectors who still search for that perfect find. Future value potential. With coin collecting growing in popularity worldwide, the 1976 Lincoln penny continues to attract attention. As fewer of these coins remain in pristine condition, their value could continue to rise. If you have one, especially a rare error or proof, hold on to it. Time and rarity often work together to increase value, and who knows, your penny could be the next one to sell for a record-breaking amount. Closing and call TOACTON. So now you know, that small copper coin in your drawer might not be just 1 cent. It could be a rare 1976 Lincoln penny worth hundreds of dollars. Always check your change, explore your old collections, and keep learning. If you love coins, subscribe to Coins for more amazing videos on rare pennies, nickels, dimes, and historic finds. Drop a comment below if you have a 1976 penny and want me to help you identify it. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1981 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may look like just another cent in your pocket, but some of these coins have shocked collectors and investors by being worth hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars in today's coin market. So stay with me till the end, because what you'll hear today might just change how you look at every single penny you come across. The Lincoln cent has been a symbol of the United States for more than a century. It was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic penny features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and originally had wheat ears on the reverse. But in 1959, the reverse was changed to show the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing not only Lincoln's legacy but also America's strength and unity. Fast forward to 1981, a very interesting year in the history of U.S. coinage. It was one of the final years before the U.S. Mint made a major change to the composition of the penny. Up until mid-1982, pennies were still being made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. After that, the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition because the price of copper had risen so much that the metal inside the coin was worth almost more than 1 cent itself. Now, here's where things start getting truly fascinating. The 1981 Lincoln penny comes in two distinct varieties, known as Type 1 and Type 2 proof coins. Type 1 has a filled S mint mark, while Type 2 has a clear and sharply defined S. These coins were struck mainly at the San Francisco Mint, and the Type 2 proof is much rarer, making it highly desirable among collectors. Even regular business strike 1981 pennies, the ones made in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, can hold serious value when found in pristine condition. For example, a regular 1981 D penny in average circulation might just be worth 1 cent, but if it's in mint state, especially graded MS-67 or higher, it can easily bring in $100 to $300 or more at auction. And when we talk about proof coins or coins with special mint errors, the numbers climb into the thousands. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that looks like any other, but when inspected under a magnifying glass reveals a double die error, a slight doubling on the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's eye. Such error coins are extremely collectible and can be worth anywhere between $500 to $5,000 depending on rarity and condition. Some collectors have even reported sales exceeding $7,000 for near-perfect 1981 pennies with rare minting flaws. That's not just lucky, that's life-changing for a simple coin most people overlook. So why do collectors pay such high amounts for these tiny pieces of metal? It's because of history, scarcity, and condition, the three pillars of coin collecting. A coin that survived decades without scratches, dents, or circulation marks becomes a historical time capsule. It connects us to a moment in the past when it was freshly struck, when it left the mint shining bright and untouched. And if that coin happens to be from a limited or transitional year like 1981, its importance multiplies. Remember, 1981 was the last full year of the all-copper penny era. That alone gives it a special place in the hearts of coin enthusiasts. Let's talk numbers, the kind of numbers that make you look twice. In recent auctions, a 1981 S Type 2 proof Lincoln cent graded PR70 by the professional coin grading service sold for nearly $7,800. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin, worth almost $8,000 because of its perfection, rarity, and historical value. Other examples of high-grade 1981 D or 1981 Philadelphia cents have sold in the hundreds and thousands range. Even error coins with die cracks, misstrikes, or off-center prints are fetching large sums in the market today. With copper prices constantly rising and collectors always searching for high-quality examples, the demand for 1981 Lincoln cents continues to grow year after year. Now let's take a step back and appreciate the artistry of this coin. Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side is one of the most recognized designs in the world. It carries not just the image of a president but the spirit of honesty, leadership, and unity. The reverse side, showing the Lincoln Memorial, reflects the nation's gratitude and the enduring respect for a leader who changed the course of American history. Every 1981 penny carries that story, a story of value far beyond its face worth. And for collectors, that story is priceless. If you want to check whether your penny might be valuable, start by inspecting the mint mark just below the date. Coins with a D mark were made in Denver, those with an S in San Francisco, and those with no mark were minted in Philadelphia. Look for sharp, clear details, strong luster, and no scratches. And if you notice anything unusual, like doubling on the letters Liberty or In God We Trust, you might be holding a rare error coin worth hundreds or more. Use a magnifier or take it to a professional coin dealer for evaluation. Who knows, that old jar of pennies sitting at home could be hiding a small fortune. The world of coin collecting is not just about money, it's about discovery. Every rare penny tells a story. The 1981 Lincoln cent is a snapshot of American history, marking the end of an era before major changes in minting composition. It stands as a bridge between the classic copper coins and the modern zinc cents that followed. Collectors across the world are constantly hunting for the best preserved examples, and as the years go by, the number of perfect pieces continues to shrink, driving their value higher and higher. So, the next time you pick up a penny, don't ignore it. Flip it over, look at the date, and pay attention to the details. You might just uncover a hidden gem that's been waiting for decades to reveal its true worth. Whether it's a flawless 1981 proof coin or a rare mint error, each one is a piece of history in your hand, and maybe, a small piece of fortune too. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, rare finds, and how to identify hidden treasures in your own collection, make sure to subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We're always here to bring you fascinating stories from the world of coin collecting, from ancient pieces to modern rarities like this incredible 1981 Lincoln penny. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth more than you can imagine. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in modern American history, the 1989 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but some of these pennies have secrets that could make them worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, your old 1989 penny might just be a small piece of copper that's worth a fortune. The story of the Lincoln penny begins long before 1989. It goes back to 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the very first Lincoln cent to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. That original design, created by Victor David Brenner, became one of the most iconic and beloved coins in American history. It featured Lincoln's portrait on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the back, a simple yet powerful design that symbolized growth, prosperity, and hard work. Over the decades, this coin evolved, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, and later to the Union Shield design in 2010. Now let's focus on 1989. This was a transitional time in the history of U.S. coinage. The Mint was already producing billions of Lincoln cents made mostly from zinc with just a thin copper coating. Before 1982, pennies were made from 95% copper. But due to rising copper prices, the Mint changed the composition to 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. That means if you have a 1989 penny, it's most likely a zinc coin, but here's where the story gets fascinating. Some rare 1989 pennies were accidentally struck on older copper planchets, and these are the ones that can fetch incredible prices on the collector's market. Imagine finding one of those rare 1989 copper pennies in your change jar, a coin that looks like any other cent, but when weighed, it comes out at 3.11 grams instead of the regular 2.5 grams. That small difference could be the clue that you're holding something extraordinary. Coin collectors around the world are always on the hunt for these minting errors. The 1989 penny may have several variations: off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and transitional metal errors, all of which increase its value dramatically. Now, let's talk about the current market value. A regular circulated 1989 penny might be worth only 1 cent, of course. But a pristine, uncirculated one, especially with a rare minting error, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, some rare 1989 pennies have been auctioned for values reaching up to $7,000, $12,000, or even more depending on the condition and rarity. There was even a rare 1989 D penny that sold for nearly $8,000 because of its extraordinary strike and minting flaw. That's right, a coin that most people overlook every day could be worth more than a gold ring. So how do you know if you've got a valuable 1989 penny? Start by checking the mint mark under the date. You'll see either no mark, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia, or a small D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Proof coins. Proof coins were made in smaller quantities and are generally more collectible. Then, carefully inspect the details of Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the word Liberty. If you notice doubling, like the letters or numbers appearing twice, you might have a double die coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for these small but important details. Collectors also look for coins with clean surfaces, full luster, and sharp edges. These are known as mint state coins, and they can sell for high prices. A 1989 Lincoln penny graded MS-68 by a professional grading service could fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on demand. The key is condition, rarity, and historical value. All three can turn a common penny into a collector's dream. The fascinating thing about the 1989 Lincoln penny is how it represents the changing face of American money. From pure copper to zinc, from hand engraving to machine precision, this small coin reflects over a century of history. And yet, every now and then, nature and human error combine to create something truly unique, a rare variation that escapes the mint and lands in the hands of an ordinary person. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about metal, it's about stories, mistakes, and moments frozen in time. Imagine opening an old jar of coins that's been sitting in your drawer for decades. You pour them out on the table, the light hits one coin differently, and you pick it up. It's a 1989 penny. You weigh it, you inspect it, and suddenly you realize this tiny coin could be worth thousands. That's the kind of excitement that drives collectors and treasure hunters alike. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story turns into a small fortune. Today, the coin market is more active than ever. With online auctions, collector forums, and social media communities, rare coins like the 1989 Lincoln penny have gained massive attention. People from around the world are searching through their coin rolls, trying to find those hidden gems. Prices fluctuate with market demand, condition, and discovery rates, but one thing's for sure, the thrill of finding a rare penny will never fade. If you want to explore more about rare coins, their values, and their fascinating history, make sure you subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends who might have hidden treasures in their pocket change. Every week we uncover more secrets from the world of numismatics, helping you identify what's valuable and what's just ordinary. Remember, a single coin could change your day, your week, maybe even your life. So next time you get a handful of change, don't just spend it, check it. That 1989 Lincoln penny might be more than just 1 cent, it could be your ticket to a rare and valuable discovery. Stay tuned to Coins for more exciting videos about coin collecting, history, and the hidden worth of everyday money. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll uncover more amazing stories behind the coins that shaped history. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American history, the 1992 Lincoln penny, a small copper treasure that has shocked collectors around the world with its staggering market value of more than $787,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin, just a penny, could be worth nearly $787,979.50 today. But how can a simple penny, something most people overlook or even throw away, become worth such a fortune? Let's go step by step into the history, discovery, rarity, and value of this legendary coin. The story of the 1992 Lincoln penny begins with a design change at the United States Mint. Since 1959, the reverse side of the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo. For over 3 decades, this design appeared on billions of pennies. But in the early 1990s, something changed. The Mint was preparing a brand new design for the upcoming Lincoln Bicentennial and wanted to adjust the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the penny. That small difference would later create one of the most valuable and rarest varieties in U.S. coinage history, known today as the 1992 close AM Lincoln cent. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most 1992 pennies were minted with the wide AM design, meaning the letters A and M in America have a clear space between them. But a few pennies accidentally got struck using a proof reverse die, which had the letters A and M nearly touching. That's the close AM version. These mix-ups were never meant to happen, and only a handful of coins escaped the mint this way. The Denver Mint, where the 1992 Lincoln cents were made, accidentally used the wrong die during production. Out of millions of coins, only a few dozen of these rare errors are believed to exist. That makes the 1992 close AM penny an incredible treasure for coin collectors, one of those legendary mistakes that turn ordinary change into life-changing money. Collectors first discovered this variety years after it was made. When it was confirmed, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Suddenly, everyone started checking their 1992 pennies, and even coin dealers began going through old rolls and collections hoping to find one of these valuable pieces. But what makes this particular penny so valuable today isn't just its rarity. It's also the fact that it's nearly impossible to spot unless you know exactly what to look for. On the reverse of the coin, the letters A and M in America are so close that they almost touch. The space between them is nearly invisible. Also, if you look closely at the initials FG, for designer Frank Gasparo, you'll notice they're positioned slightly differently compared to the regular penny. These tiny details separate the fortune coin from an ordinary one. So next time you pick up a 1992 penny, especially one with a D mint mark under the date, don't ignore it. Get a magnifying glass and check if the letters A and M are close together. You might be holding a piece of American history worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's talk about the current market. The 1992 close AM penny has appeared only a few times in auctions. Each time, its value has risen dramatically. One of the finest examples ever found was sold for over $20,000 several years ago. But as the demand grows and the number of known specimens remains extremely small, experts estimate that a perfect mint condition 1992 close AM penny could easily cross $700,000 to $787,979.50 or even more in private sales. That's almost $800,000. For one penny. The coin market is a fascinating place where small details mean everything. Sometimes, just one small change in design can turn a common coin into a priceless artifact. The 1992 Lincoln penny proves that you don't need gold or silver to find value. Sometimes, it's hidden in copper and zinc. Over the years, this rare penny has become a legend. Coin hunters, YouTubers, and numismatists around the world talk about it, searching coin rolls, jars, and collections in hopes of finding one. Many people don't realize that these rare varieties often sit unnoticed for decades before someone identifies them. It's entirely possible that one could still be lying in a jar, in your drawer, or hidden inside an old coin album waiting to be discovered. Imagine finding one today. You take a penny that's been sitting in your collection for years, you check the A and M letters, and suddenly you realize you're holding a treasure worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a small business. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about money, it's about history, discovery, and passion. The Lincoln Cent series itself has an amazing legacy. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it became one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. Through decades, designs changed, from the wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial, and later to the Union Shield we see today. Each era produced its own errors and varieties, but the 1992 close AM penny stands as one of the rarest and most desirable of them all. The mint never officially acknowledged how many of these coins were made. Some experts believe fewer than 20 examples exist today. Others say there could be a few more hidden somewhere, undiscovered. But one thing is clear, the number is tiny compared to the billions of ordinary pennies out there. That scarcity drives up its value every single year. If you're new to coin collecting, this story should inspire you to start checking your change carefully. Every penny, dime, nickel, or quarter has a story to tell. And you never know when one might turn out to be a rare and valuable treasure like the 1992 Lincoln penny. So, keep your eyes open, because these little details could make you thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars richer. And remember, every great collector started with just one coin, before you go, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss updates about the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. We'll continue exploring amazing coin stories, price updates, and secrets from the world of numismatics that could help you identify rare treasures in your own collection. Thanks for watching Coins, where every cent has a story, and every story could make you rich. Keep collecting, keep searching, and maybe the next rare Lincoln penny worth $787,979.50 will be found by you. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, the 1998 Lincoln penny, also known as the 1998 Lincoln cent. Many people see this little copper-colored coin every day and never realize that some versions of it are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, that's right, 1 cent that could be worth a fortune. So stay with me till the end, because we're uncovering everything about this amazing coin, the history, the mint marks, the errors, and its current market value that has shocked collectors across the world. The story of the Lincoln cent goes back to 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin quickly became one of the most iconic designs in U.S. history. Over time, it has gone through changes in material, mint marks, and design details, but it always remained a favorite among collectors. Fast forward to 1998, a year that would later become legendary for coin enthusiasts. In 1998, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, but among these ordinary coins, a few extraordinary pieces were made with a design feature that wasn't supposed to exist until the following year. These are known as the 1998 Wide AM Lincoln cents. What makes them special is a tiny difference in the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. In normal 1998 pennies, the A and M are very close together, but in the rare Wide AM variety, the letters are slightly apart, creating a small but significant difference that can turn a simple penny into a collector's dream. Now you might be thinking, how much can a small design difference be worth? Well, that's the beauty of coin collecting. These differences, called varieties or minting errors, are what make certain coins incredibly rare and valuable. The 1998 Wide AM penny can sell anywhere from $200 to over $1,000 depending on its condition. Uncirculated examples, those that have never been used or handled, can reach even higher prices in auctions. Some have been reported selling for amounts that make collectors' hearts race, sometimes as much as several $1,000s when graded at top mint state levels by professional grading companies, but that's not all. Other 1998 Lincoln cents have been found with even stranger errors, double die obverse, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks. These varieties increase the coin's desirability even more. If you ever come across a shiny or unusual-looking 1998 penny, take a closer look under good light or even a magnifying glass. Look at the spacing of the letters in America, check for doubling in Liberty or In God We Trust, and inspect the overall finish. That single coin could be your lucky discovery. Let's talk about the market value in today's coin world. As of the current market, a circulated 1998 Wide AM penny can fetch anywhere between $50 and $300. But for collectors, the true magic happens in high grades. Coins certified as MS-65, MS-67, or higher by PCGS or NGC can go for $800, $1,000, or even more depending on the demand. Some rare varieties are even listed for prices approaching $7,800 or beyond in private sales. Yes, that's thousands of dollars for a 1-cent coin, a tiny piece of metal carrying a huge story. The reason these coins are so valuable is simple: rarity and condition. Only a few were mistakenly struck with the Wide AM reverse die meant for proof coins, which makes them extremely limited. Combine that with a well-preserved example, and you have a treasure in your hands. The thrill of finding such a coin in a roll of pennies or change jar is what keeps collectors searching day and night. Another interesting detail is how the minting process led to this accidental rarity. In 1998, the Philadelphia Mint used a reverse die that was originally prepared for proof coins, the ones made for collectors with a mirror-like finish. Somehow, that die was used to strike a small number of regular circulation coins, creating the wide AM variety. This mistake was not immediately noticed, so a few of these coins entered circulation, unnoticed by the public. It wasn't until years later that collectors discovered the difference and realized what they had. Now, if you're wondering how to identify your own 1998 Lincoln penny, here's how to check. Flip the coin over and focus on the letters A and M in America. In the regular version, the letters almost touch each other. In the rare version, there's a visible gap. Also, look at the letters FG, the designer's initials. On the wide AM, they appear slightly farther away from the Lincoln Memorial compared to the close AM version. These tiny details make all the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Today, coin collectors and investors are constantly watching the market for these small but valuable errors. The prices can fluctuate depending on the economy, collector demand, and auction trends, but the general direction has been upward. Rare Lincoln pennies like the 1998 wide AM continue to attract attention because of their unique origin story and the nostalgia tied to the Lincoln cent series. Even beginners in coin collecting can start by searching through their change or penny rolls from banks. It's affordable, fun, and who knows, you might discover a coin that could change your life. Many famous collectors started just like this, turning pocket change into passion and profit. The Lincoln cent has always been a gateway coin, introducing people to the beauty and mystery of numismatics. So next time you see a 1998 penny, don't let it slip away. Take a good look. That small copper coin might just be your ticket to a hidden fortune. Always remember that rare coins tell stories, stories of minting history, human error, and collector curiosity. And the 1998 Lincoln cent is one of those stories that keeps growing more fascinating with every passing year. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the real value of the change in your pocket, make sure to subscribe to Coins. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Every week, we reveal new facts, rare discoveries, and tips that can help you identify valuable coins in your own collection. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep searching for that one rare Lincoln penny that could change your world forever. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the Lincoln penny, specifically the rare and mysterious 2002 Lincoln cent that has been creating a quiet buzz among collectors and investors across the world. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned till the end, because by the time this video finishes, you might just start checking every penny lying around your home, your wallet, and even your old piggy bank. The Lincoln penny has always been a piece of American history in your hand. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it replaced the Indian head cent and became one of the most popular coins ever minted. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin carries not just the portrait of Lincoln but also the values and stories of the American people through decades of change, war, progress, and innovation. From copper to zinc, from wheat ears to memorials and shields, the Lincoln cent has evolved, yet it remains a timeless reminder of history and hope. Now let's talk about the star of today's video, the 2002 Lincoln penny. The D mint mark stands for Denver Mint, one of the most productive U.S. mints. Millions of coins were struck that year, but what makes some of them special, rare, and extremely valuable is not the quantity, it's the quality, the error, and the unique characteristics that collectors chase after like hidden treasure. Imagine holding a 2002 Lincoln penny that looks ordinary to everyone else, but under magnification, it hides doubling on the date or the lettering, a die crack across Lincoln's shoulder, or an off-center strike that makes it one of a kind. Some of these errors have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars in private auctions and online marketplaces. Believe it or not, a few pristine examples of rare 2002 Lincoln cents have been listed and sold for astonishing amounts like $700, $800, and even beyond $900, making these 1-cent coins worth more than $787.9793 in collector value depending on condition, grade, and rarity. At coins. We've seen examples of brilliant uncirculated 2002D pennies graded by professional services like PCGS and NGC fetching high prices simply because of their flawless surfaces and strong strikes. Mint state coins, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can easily enter the premium collector range. The higher the grade, the rarer the piece becomes, and with rarity comes value. Every coin tells a story. The scratches, the luster, the shine, they all speak about where that coin has been and how it survived through time. The 2002D Lincoln cent was struck in copper-plated zinc, weighing around 2.5 grams. While it may look just like any other penny in your pocket, the secret is in the details. Some coins from that year show die varieties and unique minting errors that turn them from ordinary to extraordinary. There have even been reports of double die obverse, wide AM reverses, and misaligned dies that collectors love to chase. The beauty of coin collecting is that you never know when you'll come across one of these treasures in everyday change. In the world of numismatics, the value of a coin doesn't only depend on its age. It depends on rarity, demand, and condition. Even a modern coin like the 2002D can shock collectors when it appears with perfect luster or an unusual feature. Many people still believe that only old coins from the 1800s are valuable, but that's far from the truth. Modern era coins are becoming the new goldmine for collectors, and the Lincoln penny is leading the way. Now let's explore a bit of history behind this small yet powerful coin. Abraham Lincoln's portrait was chosen not only to honor his leadership but also to inspire unity and freedom. The reverse design, over the decades, has reflected the story of America, from the wheat ears symbolizing agriculture to the Lincoln Memorial representing legacy, and the shield design introduced later symbolizing preservation. Each design carries meaning, and the 2002D penny is part of that long lineage of symbolism and craftsmanship. So why are collectors obsessed with these coins? Because every discovery feels like striking gold. Every time someone finds a 2002D with a mint error, it feels like uncovering a secret left behind by the mint. And when such coins appear in the market, they attract attention fast. Whether it's eBay, heritage auctions, or private collector deals, these pennies can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here at Coins, we always say, don't underestimate the power of a penny. The next time you get change from a store, take a closer look. That dull copper coin might just be your hidden treasure. It could be a rare 2002D with a doubling on the date, a cracked die line, or a high-grade luster that makes it worth far more than its face value. Always check the mint mark carefully. The D under the date stands for Denver Mint, and Denver coins often show sharper strikes but also occasional die wear that creates collectible varieties. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope if you can. You'll be amazed at what small details can reveal. The difference between a 1-cent coin and one worth hundreds of dollars can be just a faint line or a tiny error invisible to the naked eye. Collectors around the world are paying close attention to Lincoln cents now more than ever. The rising interest in coin collecting, fueled by social media and YouTube channels like Coins, has made people rediscover the beauty of pocket change. The more people learn, the more they search, and the more valuable these coins become over time. That's why understanding the market value and history of coins like the 2002D Lincoln penny is not just fascinating, it's financially smart. And remember, condition is everything. Keep your coins safe, handle them by the edges, and store them in protective holders. Even a small fingerprint can lower the grade and reduce value. If you think you have a rare 2002D Lincoln cent, get it graded by a professional coin grading service. You might be sitting on something far more valuable than you think. At Coins, our mission is to educate, entertain, and inspire collectors to look deeper into the world of currency and history. Every coin has a past, and every collector has a story. The Lincoln penny is more than just copper and zinc, it's a symbol of resilience, leadership, and American spirit. So before you spend your next penny, take a closer look at it. It might just be the 2002D rare Lincoln cent that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coins for more fascinating stories, price updates, and hidden treasure guides. We upload regularly about rare coins, penny errors, silver values, and everything that turns ordinary change into extraordinary wealth. Thank you for watching, and always remember, every coin counts, especially the rare ones. This is Coins, where every penny tells a story. Today we are exploring one of the most talked about modern pennies, the 2005 Lincoln cent. Many collectors overlook this small copper-colored coin, but behind its simple design lies a story of history, errors, and surprising market value. So stay tuned, because you might just have a fortune lying in your coin jar right now. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, holds a very special place in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has gone through many changes in composition, mint marks, and reverse designs. From the wheat penny era of 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial design that started in 1959, and then to the newer shield reverse in 2010, the penny has reflected the story of America itself. Now let's move forward to 2005, the year the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins marked with the small letter D below the year. Most of these pennies entered circulation and were used daily, to buy candies, pay parking meters, or disappear into jars and drawers. But among those ordinary coins, there are special ones, error coins, high-grade examples, and rare mint condition pieces, that are now worth much more than a single cent. What makes the 2005 Lincoln penny so special is not just its history, but the hidden variations and conditions that collectors crave. Some of these coins show double die errors, where the design appears slightly doubled, especially around the date or the lettering, "In God We Trust." Others have off-center strikes or planchet errors, making each one unique. For experienced collectors, these details are what turn a 1-cent coin into a $100 or even $1,000 treasure. When a coin is found in perfect uncirculated condition, with sharp edges, full luster, and no marks or scratches, it can fetch high prices in the current coin market. According to recent collector sales and auction data, a 2005 Lincoln penny graded MS-68, that means almost flawless mint condition, has sold for hundreds and even close to $1,000 depending on demand. Some rare varieties with special mint errors or unique color tones have reached values as high as several $1,000s. So imagine, a penny that most people overlook could be worth hundreds or even thousands if it's the right one. That's why it's so important to check your coins carefully. Look at every detail under good light or a magnifying glass. Check the date, the D mint mark, and the edges. Look for doubling, cracks, or unusual metal spots. Every small difference could mean big money, but let's not forget the deeper story behind this coin. The 2005 Lincoln penny also marks one of the last years before the shield design era began. It was part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial reverse design that honored the monument in Washington, D.C., symbolizing Lincoln's legacy and unity of the nation. For collectors, this period of coinage has historical weight. It represents the final stretch of a design that lasted over 50 years. In terms of composition, the 2005 penny is made mostly of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper. Earlier pennies before 1982 were made of solid copper, but due to rising metal costs, the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper zinc core. This difference in metal gives the coin a slightly different color and weight. Collectors can identify the difference by sound, color, or weight, and that's another detail that makes coin collecting so interesting. Now let's talk about the current market. As of this year, coin collectors and online auctions have seen strong interest in high-grade 2005 pennies. Certified coins graded by PCGS or NGC, those are top coin grading companies, are being sold for impressive prices. Lower grades may only bring a few dollars, but pristine pieces can command hundreds. And if your coin has an error, such as a double die or off-center strike, its value can multiply instantly. Some listings online show examples going for $700, $900, and even more, depending on rarity and condition. It's amazing to think that something so small could carry so much value and history. Every coin is a tiny piece of art, a piece of the nation's story. The Lincoln penny, especially the Denver Mint issues like the 2005 are not just money, they are history in your hand. And for collectors, that's what makes the hobby exciting. You never know what you might find. So next time you come across a handful of pennies, don't just pass them over. Take a moment. Look closely at the dates. You might be holding a rare 2005 Lincoln penny, the kind that collectors pay serious money for. You could be one of the lucky ones to discover a hidden gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and that's exactly what we love exploring here on Coins, uncovering the stories behind these little metal treasures, sharing the knowledge, and helping people understand that even the smallest coin can have a big story. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, every episode here is made to inspire you to look at your change differently and maybe even start your own collection. Before we end, remember that coin values can change with time, condition, and collector demand. Always keep your rare finds safe, store them properly, and if you believe you have a valuable piece, consider getting it graded professionally. It could make a big difference in determining its true market value. Thank you for watching Coins, your home for rare coin discoveries, history, and collecting tips. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2005 Lincoln penny and its fascinating story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our future videos about other rare and valuable coins. Every week, we uncover more hidden treasures from the world of numismatics. Who knows, your next penny could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, keep collecting, and see you next time on Coins. Today we are diving deep into the world of the Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin that changed American coinage forever and continues to surprise collectors around the world with its hidden treasures and record-breaking values. From its humble beginnings in the early 1900s to the rarest modern versions worth thousands, this is the complete story of the rare Lincoln penny. The story begins in 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the first coin to ever feature a real person's face, President Abraham Lincoln. This wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of respect and remembrance, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The original design came from sculptor Victor David Brenner, who engraved the image of Lincoln based on a famous portrait. On the back of the coin was two simple wheat stalks, the wheat ears reverse that collectors still love today. These first 1909 Lincoln wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia and San Francisco, but one small detail made history: the tiny initials, VDB, placed on the reverse bottom of the coin. Some people thought it was too large, others didn't notice, but soon, the 1909 VDB Lincoln cent became one of the most famous rare coins in American history. Today, that small coin can be worth thousands of dollars depending on its condition. A mint state 1909 VDB Lincoln cent can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to over $3,000, and in some auctions, even much more. Imagine holding in your hand something that originally cost 1 cent and is now worth more than a month's salary. That's the magic of coin collecting. As the years went by, the design of the Lincoln penny evolved, but its story only grew richer. From 1909 to 1958, the wheat design ruled the cent. Then in 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint replaced the wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial design, a small architectural masterpiece that stayed on the coin for the next 50 years. But during that half-century, countless small variations, minting errors, and rare issues turned ordinary pennies into collectors' gold. One of the most talked-about varieties is the 1955 double die obverse, a coin where the date and lettering appear doubled due to a minting error. This coin, especially in high grade, can easily bring prices between $1,000 to $10,000 or more. The letters Liberty and In God We Trust are visibly doubled, and every collector dreams of finding one in change. Then came the 1960 small date and large date variations, followed by the steel cents of 1943, another iconic story. During World War II, copper was needed for ammunition, so the U.S. Mint made pennies out of zinc-coated steel. These steel cents confused people at the time because they looked silver, but now they are a beloved part of history. However, a few 1943 pennies were accidentally struck in copper, and those are among the rarest and most valuable coins in existence. In top condition, a genuine 1943 copper Lincoln cent can sell for over $100,000. Some even crossed the $200,000 mark at auction. That's right, one single penny worth more than a luxury car. As time moved forward, the composition of the coin changed again. In 1982, the mint shifted from 95% copper to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change created several interesting varieties, including both copper and zinc versions of the same date, another collector favorite. Even modern pennies, like the 2020 Lincoln cent, have their own story. While most 2020 pennies are ordinary, some minting errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies, have turned up in circulation and sold online for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A few 2020 Shield pennies with visible die breaks or retained interior die cracks have sold on eBay for prices as high as $500 or more, depending on their uniqueness and condition. Now, let's talk about why collectors still chase these coins. It's not just about money, it's about connection. Every Lincoln penny represents a piece of American history. From the early wheat pennies that circulated during the Great Depression, to the memorial pennies seen during the Civil Rights era, to the modern Shield cents that reflect a new age, each design is a window into its time. When you hold one, you hold history, but of course, the market value of these coins is what keeps collectors searching every day. Today's rare Lincoln penny market is thriving. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC continue to authenticate, grade, and auction these rare cents, and prices are climbing. A flawless Lincoln wheat cent graded MS-67 or higher can command huge sums, and unique varieties often spark bidding wars. In fact, a few Lincoln cents have sold for more than $700,000, an astonishing figure for something once used to buy candy, and then there are coins hiding in plain sight. Many people still have jars or old boxes full of pennies collected over decades. Among them could be a rare 1972 double die, a 1995 double die obverse, or even a valuable transitional error. That's why collectors say, check your change. The next fortune could be sitting right in your hand. Even the 2020 Lincoln penny has a place in this story. Though modern, it represents the continuation of a legacy that began more than a century ago. The shield design on the reverse symbolizes the unity of the United States, while Lincoln's portrait remains unchanged, a testament to endurance and honor. Some special error 2020 cents are already being sought by collectors, and the market for them is growing fast. With demand high and coin roll hunters searching daily, even the newest cents can surprise you. So, whether you're holding a shiny 2020 Shield cent or an old 1909 wheat penny, remember, every coin has a story, and every story has value. The Lincoln penny isn't just currency, it's an American legend, a timeless link between generations, and a small piece of art worth millions in memories and money. If you love coins, rare finds, and hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe to Coins, where we uncover the past and reveal the secrets of numismatic gold. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this story, share this video with other collectors, and stay tuned for our next deep dive into more rare coins that could be hiding right in your pocket. Because here at Coins, every cent counts, literally.